Well,
Because women are so
we
sensitive.
don't have. Well,
Yeah.
for one, we don't have a we don't have a proper strip club within, except for you got to go all the way to the Playhouse.
Yeah.
That's never a good idea, honestly.
Let's do this.
Why?
I mean,
I don't know enough.
I mean, it's a
You
great
could
idea.
lower your mic slightly. It's covering your face.
And it's not at the right height for my mouth.
Can you guys hear me?
I'm
still headphoneless.
Yeah. You guys have Amazon, right?
Oh yeah, I got that Amazon Prime, baby.
Yeah. I mean,
Ooh, I can hear. Ooh,
20
Good.
bu-
everything's so clear
Wow,
and
it
crisp.
is. It is.
Well, I reset up everything since we brought it up here. So.
Wow, this is like quality, even though it's a little.
All right, welcome into the Garage Talk podcast, everyone. We have a very jam-packed, full episode. We have a plethora. You know what? I'm sick of using the word plethora. I'm really mad at myself for saying that. I use plethora too much. We have an abundance of topics that we need to talk about. So we're going with
Smorgasbord.
that. A lot of topics. But first,
It's not
I want to start off on a positive note because this podcast is probably going to get very heated, very intense, and very angry, and there's going to be a lot of things said that some of us don't mean. But I do want to talk about some So, okay, listen. Let's just dive in. Obviously, we're all wearing our Nebraska gear. Let's just, but I want, like I said, I want to be positive to start it off with. Okay, so
Yeah.
there's been some change in coordination. Leadership's been in question. There's been everybody in general is pretty divisive on what's going on. But I just want to take a moment to shout out and say, shout out to President Joe Biden for erasing the student loan debts up to $20,000. So tip the hat to him. I'm very appreciative. I looked at my statements this week. It was like,
Wow.
I'm rich.
Wow.
Get out of my way, debt.
It came in that quick.
No.
Oh.
I've been
It's a bit. It was a bit, Tim.
It was a
wow.
bit, but I'm still excited about
I
it.
like it.
because-
It's great.
What if you don't qualify?
Yeah.
Can I say that?
I wonder.
I will. So look, my wife's who has the majority of the debts, and she actually went for the full term and graduated and everything.
Yeah.
She works at a nonprofit, and if you work for there for 10 years, it gets erased.
Yeah.
Then she only has 4 years left, I think, 4 or 5 years. So
Hmm.
it's all going to be gone anyway. We're just paying bare minimum. I haven't updated our salary in a long time, so they
Yeah.
still think I'm making $2 an hour and stuff. So
Good idea.
we're
Mhm.
paying bare minimum, but a lot of that's getting erased, and I'm excited. I'm here for it.
Nice.
Wait, you've been paying your student loan debt? This
I
whole time?
started up 6 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
With even just the rumors of it, I was like, yeah, I'm not paying anything until
Oh,
I know
dude,
exactly
I
what's
pay
happening.
15 a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been
15
we were on welfare when I last submitted what our payments were. Both of us have gotten significant raises since then. Actually, don't if the government's listening. I'm
Yeah.
lying, I'm
Yeah.
still
What?
poor.
Yeah. This is a bit. This is a bit.
It's a bit. It's
This
just
is
a
a
bit.
bit.
This is a bit.
This is a bit. I mean, that worked out. That worked out well for what's his name at Infowars, but you can still get shot in the foot for that.
Anywho, I'm just saying I'm thankful that we got this passed through. Yeah, goodbye student loans.
Yeah.
Nice knowing you.
But what about all the people that paid off all their student
I
loans?
don't care
That's
about them.
unfair.
I'm talking about me right now.
So,
my student
like
loan.
I said, if they were actually serious about that, then make a bill to pay everybody back. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take a check for $2,000. I don't
Yeah,
care.
that'll never happen.
I'm also
That's
well,
all-
Wait, so Tim, are you one of those people that you feel slighted by this?
No.
I figured
But-
your liberal bones would be.
but Tim always has a
No.
weird curveball that he throws in every.
It
now
is
and
true.
again.
Every once in a while, you get this.
I mean, it
all-
is-
And then he's like,
But
I
it
love
is-
guns.
Yeah.
And we're like, what?
But I still feel it's not at the top of my list of things that should have got done as far as socialism goes. As
yeah.
far as government bailouts, I would
You'd
prefer.
prefer to have part of my weekly wage.
Yeah, and I would
You'd
also
like that first.
I would also like your health care. You're free.
You keep your
You're
dirty hands
free.
off, you son of a bitch.
You're free, paid for health
Yeah,
care.
don't you dare touch that.
Yeah.
I'll fight you.
No, that would be at the top of my list of things that probably should have get done that would help out probably even more people, but that's just me. But
Or
yeah,
even-
no, good for you if this will help out a lot of people.
Do you still have student loans?
Yeah.
A lot.
No, it's like $3,000 or something like that.
Yeah, you got nothing.
Yeah, $4 grand maybe. I don't
No.
remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I-
Like I said, it's been years since I've even looked at it because they're like, oh, we're putting this on pause. I'm like, bet.
Nope.
And then they're like, oh yeah, we might be just like forgiving it. I'm like, even better.
Yeah. So like I'm very thankful for this because like I said, my wife has massive amounts of student debt, and then instead of getting like a really nice paying job, she decided to work nonprofit, and it's just
Passions,
me.
man.
unacceptable. But it's okay now. It's okay.
It's okay.
Joe
all
Biden,
is,
Joe
all
Biden
is
saved the
literally
day.
forgiven.
Yeah.
Joe
No,
Biden
up to
saved the day.
10,000.
Well,
20,000.
20 for the
20,
Pell.
Yeah, 20 for the Pell.
But I don't know which one we are.
20
what
for
I'm
the
saying.
what?
Pell
Pell-
Grant.
Pell Grant.
Oh, yeah,
Pell
yeah.
Grant.
Yeah, that's I wasted the government's money for a year on that.
Hell yeah.
We all do. Anywho, I just wanted to start off with, like I said, positive vibes. We're all in agreement here. I assume we would all feel
Yeah.
okay. Obviously, Tim, strangely enough, he feels the worst about it, but that's okay.
I mean, I'm all for it. I'm just
He's
saying. I'm
also
just
all paid off.
yeah.
So now it's like, I'm indifferent.
Like I said, it's was not at the top of my list, but you know,
Also, last
I'll
week
take
we
it.
played in the Rail Yard Rims. Thank you to everybody who came and watched and supported us. It was a great time. Thank you to Corey, Steve, and Trevin who filled in since Vince bailed on us at the very last minute. It was a good time.
I hate my job.
It was awesome. So we played 3v3 basketball tournament down. It was in the Rail Yard, which is downtown Lincoln, which is like this I don't know if you watched the Husker game. It was on there. It's
Yeah.
like a courtyard with surrounded by bars and stuff, and then they also closed off the street. So there were 4 courts going. It was a really good time. We were awful.
yeah.
We were terrible. But
I mean, hey, we were getting it together, and we probably would have.
we just started off a little shaky.
We
that's all.
would have made it a little bit further had we not played the game that didn't matter. That was a big drop of the basketball on that.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I mean, that didn't affect my fatigue at all.
I would say it affected me a lot.
I asked you if you wanted to sub at the last game, and you flipped me off.
I was into it. I was under the hoop getting elbowed in the freaking kidneys all game long.
So yeah, what Tim's saying is we played. So it was done by the YMCA. So it was obviously very unorganized, ran by a bunch of kids. So like they're like follow along on the SAP. It'll have live updates on all the games and stuff. So it's like cool. We're playing at 6:45 and this court for the playoffs. So we play against Allo. We smoke them. It's like what 9-1, Tim. Like I'm draining threes, dude. Tim's balling up layups, like going hard in the paint. It's great. It's 9-1, and some guy runs in and stops the game. He's like, "Oh, you guys aren't supposed to be playing here." I was like, "Well, it's set on the app." He's like, "Yeah, but we're just running behind." So somebody else, and it was. So we're like, "Are you kidding? We finally are playing good, and you
Yeah.
do this to us."
I felt so. It just felt so Nebraska to me, you know, like getting interrupted by the refs, throwing off our groove.
But I mean, I had a lot of fun despite us sucking. I would say though, confidently, we were probably. And sorry, Tim, if this is too dicey, but we were probably some of the better white folks that were playing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have a chance.
We did lose to
yeah.
Shields though at the end. They had some white people, but they had a 7-foot tall guy. That I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, that dude was huge.
I had to post up on him at some point because
He
they made
was-
a run.
He was like a mountain, man. It was
That's what
like
I was swinging this. I gouged the guy in the eye. I felt so bad because he went up for 3 and I just went wham.
Oh, that was-
just both fingers right in the eye.
that was like
You were never gonna reach that ball.
that was the second place team with the most intense cheering guy I've ever seen for.
No, they weren't second place. The second place team was the team that we were tied like 4-4 with on the main court. They were second
Really?
place.
No, I thought it was the. That's the one I remember.
You're wrong.
That's
I have the
what
app.
the pictures
I have
said.
the app.
Oh, okay. Well, I just went by the pictures,
Maybe
like
you're
what they
right, I don't
posted.
know.
They got. I
Yeah,
thought
there
they
was
got
one
second
guy
place.
there. He was a hardcore fan.
Yeah.
He was talking a lot of shit like to us.
Yeah.
This guy was
I like
pretty.
him.
He was like what 45, 50 years old.
Oh, at least.
Drunk.
And, yeah.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
broke his.
I thought he was like
God
their.
damn it.
He was like
so
their.
been
mad.
there.
He was like their coach or something. It was
He
like it
wasn't.
was weird.
I think he was like a friend of theirs.
Really.
Or
really.
he was a random like bar hopper who saw decided to start cheering for one team.
Jesus.
Dude, I would
Just
have
chose him.
made like a dive to try and save a ball going out of bounds.
Uh,
Not
Just
even
take
directed
it-
at him and just take him out at the kneecap.
I thought about passing
I
it back.
I talked so
but-
much shit to all the refs. Like the guy went up for a layup and I just smacked his arm so hard and I was like, "That's all ball."
Our first 2 games, not one foul called, but then our last 3,
Everything.
everything
Yeah, the
was
refing
called,
was
like,
obviously inconsistent, but
yeah,
it
was
took the
fine,
other
but-
teams to like kind of get the hang of who we were
Yeah.
because like Tim had all of his knee braces and elbow braces. I had the headband
Wearing
on.
sunglasses.
We looked like we're going serious, and then I would spew just like things.
You guys
at the
thought
ref.
you looked like you were serious?
Oh
no.
I felt like I was serious.
Oh. Well, you know, it's about how you feel, right? Yeah.
My legs just finally started working again. I was literally I literally could not, my whole entire glute quad area absolutely just tight and could not be stretched out. It was the most painful soreness
Like
I've
I
ever
said,
had.
Tim was
playing
going hard.
sports. Yeah,
He
and
gave it
I also
all.
had, like I said, I was getting elbowed in the back and the kidneys and brutal, man.
You got to start throwing your elbows higher, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I
Go
know.
back off.
I tried.
You
But
throw wild elbows.
I don't know.
So
I wasn't trying to play
Next
dirty.
year, you
That's
just
not
got
dirty.
next year you just got to call in segments so you can be there.
I guess I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna
If we
have
had
to.
one better, if we had a better
Get-
shooter from the
put-
field, we'd-
Put in the time. Put in the time off
Now.
right now. Even though they have
Yeah,
probably
right, you
already
think
planned
YMC is prepared enough to have a date scheduled for next year? You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
All right, well,
It's about to go down.
should we get into it?
This
Are we,
is
are we
it.
getting there already?
I mean, what else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. My
Did you watch
sword-
House of
my-
Dragon?
What?
Did you guys watch House of Dragon?
I have, yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Ah, damn
What
it.
have you been doing all
I've been
week?
waiting for Alyssa, and then
Stop! Why?
I don't.
I will say,
Like I didn't mind. Like I asked Robin if she watched. She's like, "Oh, I can't tonight." I said, "See ya." Nice knowing you. I'm
I
going
wasn't
on.
able to watch it until Thursday.
Yeah, but at least you watched
so,
it. Did
yeah.
you like it?
I did. I really enjoyed. It was I think a really good first episode.
And if you want some spoilers, Professor Vince did a lecture on Rhaenyra
Mm-hmm.
like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Very well, man. It was maybe
It's a long
almost
time ago.
3, dude. That was
Yeah,
back
it
in
was 3
the
years ago.
original garage. That was
Yeah.
a long time ago.
It was,
But
and it's a great video. I think
It is.
I put a lot of effort into
You
that.
did. I thought your presentation was a little poor, but the content and your effort was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved House of Dragon. It was awesome. It was like it's weird saying this because it's about the king
Mhm.
and the princess and the I guess the prince. But it was like Game of Thrones, but it was almost like a little more condensed politically, even though it was still dealing with the king and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Because I mean, obviously, right now, in this setting, is that the Targaryens are just
Top dog.
top dog, and there is no like anybody.
wars
Yeah.
or anything.
The only fight for the throne is within the Targaryen family right now, and so yeah, it is. I feel a lot more condensed.
And
down
then
for
Tim,
sure.
Tim, cover your ears real quick. 'Cause I'm gonna give a quick spoiler. Quick spoiler for House of Dragon. It's not major, but quick spoiler.
Or do you have to go pee?
Yeah, go pee. Listeners, if you haven't watched House of Dragon yet for whatever reason, episode 1, we're not going to get into episode 2 today, but episode 1, go pee as well.
Yeah.
But I can't. I was like, it was intense. Dude. I was like, during the childbearing scene, it's like, oh wait, we're doing a reverse abortion here. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Cesarean section that there is no.
There's no coming back
Yeah.
from that. So
Which I'm wondering. I wonder if Caesar's mother didn't make it either.
I don't know the Romans. I feel like the Romans were a little more advanced medically than Targaryens.
You think so?
I think so, but I don't.
The Targaryens also, they have magic and stuff though. So
and dragons.
and dragons, you could cauterize a wound that way.
But I guess they didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, good episode. Acting was amazing, and I'm
Mhm.
excited. What's the brother's name again?
The uncle, like
The uncle, yeah.
Damon.
The king's Damon. Oh,
Yeah.
that in the night scene where he got beat.
Oh,
and that guy
yeah.
was like looking up. I was like, I thought for sure he was
Oh,
going to get
yeah, I
stabbed
thought he
right
was-
to the
yeah.
back of the neck.
Yep, I thought so too.
But yeah, he was a great actor. I'm super excited for it. House of the Dragon is like our saving grace now,
Mm-hmm.
especially after we're back in the season of football tearing us down at the end of every Saturday and Sunday. There's
just
always
wait.
House of Dragon right there.
Just wait until season 7 of House of Dragons, man. I'm
Or
sure.
episode 7, and then that's gonna bring us down to.
Is it only going to be
Well,
is it a limited series now?
No,
Or
they've
they not-
signed on for a second season, so
Oh,
we're
okay.
good.
Okay. Well, I don't know how many seasons this will go then. Because, I mean, Blood and Fire is
Pretty
thick boy.
It's at least two seasons as of now. So
Yeah.
it's exciting stuff. Lord of the Rings right around the corner.
But then again, I guess they are skipping a large section of that book since they did
I
talk.
don't want to hear any spoilers. I don't know. I know nothing about Fire and Blood. I know
Oh.
absolutely nothing. I don't want to know anything.
I mean, they talk about characters in Game of Thrones.
Okay, no more.
Before. Okay.
Did you see the little preview for Last of Us?
I did not.
That looked real good. We got to hear Pedro Pascal's voice as Joel.
Oh,
Sounds pretty much just like Troy Baker.
Wow.
Awesome.
So
Good.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
They showed Ron Swanson as Bill. He looks
Ron Swanson has been
Nick Offerman.
Not Nick Offerman. it's
I
Ron
could.
Swanson.
Ron Swanson came to my brain before Nick Offerman. Nick Offerman as Bill. He's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
That dude has acting chops.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm so excited.
But
Now I'm gonna have to look that up on YouTube.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see it because it was part of the preview, like before House of Did
I
you
was watching
skip
a recorded part. Yeah. So
Oh, okay, yeah. So they did like
we were fast
they
forward.
did their like coming up next year on HBO, and they were showing some Last of Us stuff, and it just
If it doesn't get delayed, let's hope.
it looks so. It's not a video game. It's fine. It looks so good.
Because yeah, shows and movies have never been delayed ever.
Dune never got delayed.
Aren't you a
once.
big Aren't you a big Avatar fan?
There was never an announcement. People just kept guessing.
No, okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, yeah,
HBO better get these right, otherwise this better be the reason why they're canceling everything else they're doing.
What else are they
Like-
canceling?
Not canceling, but they are wasting a bunch of money on things that they're not even going to release. The Batgirl movie or
It's
whatever.
their money, Tim. They can do whatever they
Yeah.
want. And that's not HBO. That's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I guess but the
They
same
dropped
thing.
the ball on
but-
that.
Mm.
So did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
They like pretty much made an entire movie.
And then just scrapped it.
They're
Yeah.
like, well, we can't release it in theaters. And like, well, we're not going to do it streaming. So like, okay.
Jeez.
Just wasted like $90 million or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
DC in DC and Warner Brothers in a
Yeah.
nutshell on that
So
IP.
sad.
Wow.
So sad.
But no, yeah, HBO's looking great to me.
Yeah.
I mean, House of Dragon and The Last of Us alone is going to keep me feeding them money until I'm dead.
What was that gesture again?
Feeding them money.
Nice.
And depending how House of Dragon goes.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, no Targaryen booty or boobies.
I heard that they were toning it down on the whole
Yeah,
nudity
they-
and
Interesting,
sex
'cause-
on this season, but
Okay, well.
Well, there
that's
was
what
no
I heard.
spoilers.
That's
Yeah,
what
no
I've
spoilers.
heard.
No
That's
spoilers. There
what I
wasn't an
heard.
orgy in episode 1.
Oh, okay. Apparently they meant after.
They meant of the stars.
Yeah.
Maybe,
They're not
yeah.
showing now that they're an established.
Yeah. Only nobodies, the backdrop characters get to show off their
Yeah.
genitals.
Mm. Show me your genitals.
Which is too bad. 'Cause
Genital.
what's his name? Matt Smith. He plays Damon. I think his name's Matt Smith.
I have no idea.
He seems like the kind of guy who would have a nice ass.
His ass was in there. They showed his ass.
Oh, that's right. They did.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking he had a
Yeah,
nice ass.
yeah.
Because I saw it.
Yeah. He's like an uglier Witcher. Because obviously
Oh,
Henry
Henry-
Cavill is
Henry
Nobody can be
Cavill
Henry
and-
Cavill.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that
so
guy.
it is unfair. I'm sorry, but it's just like the white hair kind of vibes.
Also, it's kind of a disservice that Henry Cavill didn't make any of our top fives.
Have we had a top 5 bromances, like our
Well-
man crush?
Well, we had we
Celebrities.
did celebrities, and none of us
okay, well,
chose.
That's
I'm
what
sorry
we
that
should-
I'm a straight man. So
They-
even though I am very
we
sexually
should
attracted
do
to Henry
bromances.
Cavill,
That's right.
Yeah.
Our top 5
Yeah.
bromances.
Man
the,
crushes.
the closest I got was what was it? Elliot Page. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Okay, so bromance. Well, maybe that'll be our next top 5 of bromances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the Huskers then. Let's talk about it. What you doing? Oh, against. Oh, don't even come in here with stats.
Oh Jesus! Here we go.
Don't ever come at me with
In
stats.
facts.
I don't want
piece
to
of
know
shit.
it.
All right. That's
I knew your
those are
irrationalities
the
would
those
come
are the
in.
those are the drugs you're smoking. Stats.
I want to say, dude,
facts. You're just thinking of facts. I don't want to hear it.
It's a
I
game.
wanna hear
It's a
your
game.
facts.
It's a game that involves heart.
Nebraska
Vince.
played week 0 against
You're right, and-
Northwestern in Ireland
Mm.
Saturday against Northwestern in Ireland, which I don't know why we were playing in Ireland in the first place.
Yeah.
Because it's cool, man. Like, think
And-
it again. It's. Are you really
It was
one
really
of the
cool.
Husker fans that like
No,
is
no,
like,
no,
why are we playing there?
Stop.
It was pretty cool.
I'm not a football fan. I don't think any NFL player should have to travel to Europe to play a game.
Yeah. Well,
Fuck the
it
Europeans.
was like
If
a
you want to watch football, make
it
your own
was like a
football league.
field trip. It was kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
less-
until we saw their fatigue at the end of the game.
yeah. I forgot
You
that we
charger?
lost until this morning.
You can plug it into the desk, right here. If you lift all that up, there's an outlet there, and the desk is
Oh.
plugged into the wall.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, I saw sparks. That's a good
Shit.
sign.
And how did Tyler's house burn down? The podcast. So we played in Ireland against Northwestern, which also I was thinking, shouldn't Notre Dame be the team playing in Ireland?
Screw Notre Dame.
Probably make the most sense, but
Maybe, but they're the worst. So
but it was such a bizarre. So the Hope Dope going into it,
Oh man,
I was so high,
the first drive.
and dude, I started toking up.
That
at the
was an
first drive.
NFL throw.
Yeah, and that's
The
so,
touchdown,
That's why
man.
the whole game was so bizarre because like the first half, we looked like we're top of the world.
Yeah.
Second half, it
I
was
think,
like
I think we were probably already in the top 25. At the,
yeah, I think it was.
At the end of that half, I was like, "Oh, please don't do that." But
the first penalty was on Northwestern. I was like,
Yeah.
What?
and it was a
Not
false
one-
start.
It wasn't us.
Unbelievable.
we didn't
have a
did,
single.
Did
false
we
start.
have one?
We didn't have a single false start.
Wow.
So I want to say
that's
I want to say
that's
like,
a step in the right
as
direction.
as positive as few as that. Like I shouldn't say the few, but the few positives that were there. Because I said going in, I was like, we better have like I'll allow one false start because of like basically our
They heard you.
most
Yeah.
of our rosters
We're not gonna
brand.
give you that.
Yeah, most of our and the fact that we had none, dude, insane.
Okay, where do we
Well-
want to begin? Because our game recaps usually are awful in the way they're formatted, so
Yeah.
maybe we should just start firing from the hip. Defense, absolute fucking garbage. Who's
Our run defense.
Who's Chernander is the defense
Chenander,
coordinator?
yeah.
I think he's a fraud.
I
Not
felt,
to
I
overreact
felt
based
that
on one
way.
game, but if after seeing last year's defense, like last year's defense was so good,
Mhm.
and like Scott Frost pissed away so many games.
Yeah.
But our defense was so good. But then we lose Damian Daniels. And we lose a couple other pieces on defense, and it's like, oh. So maybe we just had some really good pieces in there. NFL quality. I mean, Damian Daniels plays he's on the Texans roster right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we just had some high quality talent that was maybe that's an overreaction, but the way our defense played yesterday, it was disgusting.
Linebackers, great. I think.
Okay. They were still
well,
get-
there
they
was
were
one.
still
There
getting
was one
pushed
guy
off the
that.
ball in
Yeah,
the-
there was.
in the second layer of running.
We couldn't.
Yeah,
we
we
couldn't defend
missed-
against the run.
Couldn't defend a run. We couldn't get pressure on the quarterback.
So
who's
many
who's
missed-
Nelson
so
Garrett? I
many
thought
missed-
Nelson Garrett was supposed to be
Garrett Nelson.
Garrett Nelson was supposed to be the greatest thing since sliced bread.
I mean, he's
We
doing
had so
pretty
many
good,
missed
but-
tackles too. It hurt to watch.
That defense, I think everyone can agree, was abysmal.
Yeah.
What do we allow? Like 400, 500 yards? 400?
It
Yeah,
was
they had-
500. They
they had
over
over-
300 in passing
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
and 100 in like
The first
80 or
time
90
in
rushing
4 years or something like
since
that.
we played
Since we
played
last
them
played
last
them. Yeah.
in 2018. Well, that's the last time we played them, but that was the last
Okay,
time.
I take
Yeah.
that back. Then no, there was no positives on the defense. Then
Yeah, I saw almost none.
we,
There was a good tackle on the fumble.
we created a turturnover.
A turnover.
Yeah.
Which
And then
was
we got
weird
and we
because our
got and we
defense
got
last year was
fucking
so
hosed.
good.
Want to get into that one?
The fumble?
Yes.
Oh, he was down, dude.
He was so down. Everybody said he was down. Mike
It doesn't
Mike
matter-
Pereira
no,
said he was
stop,
down.
It doesn't matter who said his knee was on the ground and the
Yes.
ball was in his hands. That's not a fumble.
He had when his knee was on the ground. That his hands were around his bicep, not the football.
Yeah, that was not even. You think that was a fumble?
That was
The ball,
that was
ball
an
looked like it was
atrocious
coming
call.
loose, and the fact that it was called fumble on the
His knee was
on the
clearly
play,
down.
Yeah.
His knee was
there's
clearly
no
down.
way you can overturn that.
Well,
There is.
then why even
There isn't.
replay? Why even replay it? Because it was so clear that the announcer said it. Mike Pereira saw it. Everybody saw it.
His knee
They
was
did-
down.
He was down.
It was indisputable.
Obviously not. I disagree. To me, it looked like the ball was coming loose as he's being tackled.
He had it in his. He
Yeah,
had it
and then was being
stupid.
pushed- and then
He-
it was being pushed out.
He didn't tuck it.
No,
And then
it
his-
wasn't,
but-
it
right
wasn't,
as,
it wasn't
like,
jarred loose
almost-
until his knee was already on the ground.
Yeah.
I disagree. But
You can see it on
Because
his
you're delusional.
his,
delusional.
his hands were around his bicep, not the ball when his knee was on the ground. You can
That's
see.
great.
It's
That
like,
was
you know
on-
what that is? It's like me walking up to your nice Subaru and going like this. I have possession of it. Sticking one finger on the hood of your car and going, this car's mine.
This is
now.
mine.
I have
That is
possession of it.
Terrible comparison.
It's actually a stolen comparison back from the Fail Mary. I read an article. Somebody used a comparison.
Yeah. Oh, anyways.
to me, it
You're,
looked
no, okay, we don't have to talk about it. You're wrong. But
Yeah.
despite that bad call from the refs,
But that
it wasn't that bad of a day for as abysmal as Big Ten refs usually are.
yeah.
they had a decent day.
But that really,
Yeah, talking about shifting of momentum.
yeah,
shifting the
yeah, it completely took the air out of our tires. We
Yeah.
were on a roll,
yeah.
and it completely shifted momentum.
Yeah, that was it. That was the one that shifted the momentum.
It
It wasn't the
didn't
onside
help,
kick when we're
Vince.
up.
It didn't
Can I-
help.
So can
Not saying that's the whole reason, but it did not help.
I will actually defend the onside kick.
I'm deluded.
Okay, okay, Tyler's smoking
I
drugs now.
can't- I can't
And it's not
keep
Hope
up
Goat.
with it. I
It's
can't
not-
keep up with your the way your mind works. Man. I can't keep up.
So let's look at this.
It's
Let me talk.
infuriating.
Let me talk.
It's
Let me explain. It's one of those. It's those kind of situations. Damned if you do. If you get it, you're a hero. If you don't, you're a loser. It's the same. Look, Sean Payton did it at the end of halftime in Super Bowl whatever against the Colts. They opened up halftime with an onside kick, got it back, won the game. He's a genius.
I don't think you can consider him a genius for doing that.
Okay, not a genius, but he's like heralded as like, oh, he's aggressive, he's a great coach. Like it was said about him. It was actually said about him. He's aggressive and he trusted his guys, stuff like that. Like if you take risky calls and they work, people praise you for it. If they fail, they knock you for it. And that's just the way it goes. It probably wasn't the right call. I will say that. But in his defense, when it happened, I said, I understand. I get it. Like I watched that defense play for 3 quarters. I wouldn't want them to have the ball either.
I would.
Honestly, I think
I would
I
being
think
up by 11.
Well, okay, so if we did a normal kickoff, we were only going to be up by 7, 8, 9, 10.
We
We'd been up by
we
4.
forced
Honest-
we forced punts this game. Like the
Yeah.
defense,
Eh.
it was bad.
once or twice.
We did force.
And they
them
had a
to punt.
really good
Or-
punter.
Dude, yeah,
their
Their punter is
David Akers kid.
that dude's getting drafted.
Or we forced them to a field goal. Again, both of those are better options than the field position that led to a touchdown.
yeah, but if the
that
defense
it
did their
gave.
job, it could have still be held.
Did
to
their
field
job?
goal.
You know how much easier of a job it is when they start at their 20, not the freaking 40, their
They
own
would have
40.
They would have fair catched it and started at the 25.
Even okay, great, 25 instead of the
No,
45.
I'm not completely defending it. All I'm saying is I kind of understand.
I don't.
It wasn't the right call,
Mm.
but I say
I do not.
I
get it.
like saying let's get the ball back.
Yeah.
It was also a bad
Defense,
onside
get
kick.
out there, get us the ball back.
Well, they had an entire half to do that. They didn't.
Mm.
We were up. We were literally leading the game. So obviously our defense stopped them more than they stopped us. And if you keep on that track, you're going to win.
Well, let's get to. We can't run. We can't stop the run, but we really couldn't run yesterday. Our offensive line was, I thought, did great at pass protecting. Casey Thompson, I think, is going to work out pretty nicely, but
He could step up into
our
a pocket.
our
I-
O
I
line
was-
didn't do a false
and-
start, but they couldn't open up a hole for a run.
Andy also apparently his checkdowns are very good. Like he actually will
Mhm.
check down almost every time he was passing, which apparently he does so much in practice that Whipple actually gets mad at him. Whipple wants him just to air the ball out,
Dude,
I didn't
that
realize how
one play,
short
though.
Casey Thompson
which I
was.
do. Yeah, which I do think is funny though that again to our Twitter fights how Grady was talking about how he wasn't overthrowing our receivers, and then in the second half
He was hitting him right.
only overthrow.
He had a couple of bad
Overthrowing our
passes, but
receivers.
that happens in a football
Yeah.
game.
He was hitting him in the hands all day long.
Adrian did that. Yeah, he did.
Vince, you were
No.
delicious.
Okay,
Do you want to see?
Back to
again,
smoking
we have
drugs
We
again.
have facts about how many of his interceptions were actually deflected off his own receivers.
Yeah, because of his bad throws. If they weren't behind, they wouldn't have been deflected
If you
off
can
the
fit,
receiver's hands.
if you can put both your hands on the ball, it's catchable.
Okay, I agree with that. Dude, okay, stop about Adrian
Okay,
Martinez. Just
and-
stop.
and-
Yeah, just
and-
let
Just
it-
stop. He's
No,
a
no,
bad
no.
quarterback.
He's not a.
He
he's
is a bad
good
quarterback.
college quarterback.
Nope.
He
Vince-
scored more touchdowns than Casey Thompson did against a worse
With a
Northwestern
top
team.
defense, with
A
a
wor-
top defense,
A
giving him the
worst-
ball.
The worst Northwestern team that we've faced ever. And we are now we are arguably the worst team in the Big Ten.
No, Rutgers is.
I disagree with that.
Rutgers is probably actually
Northwestern is
a little
bad.
bit better than usual.
They've lost everything,
But I
and
agree.
their coach is shit.
But don't bring Adrian
What?
Martinez as... Yeah, Pat is
Pat
dumb.
Fitzgerald's a really good coach, dude. He brings up what?
I've never seen somebody run on 3rd and 10 and get
Well,
3 yards.
no, I'm just saying he never gets recruits to Northwestern, but he builds players. I think really
Pat
well.
would have been a great coach in like 1976.
Yeah. No, he's. I would say for what they get at Northwestern, I think he does really well with it.
But also, Vince, I want to preface, because you're going to say something off your computer, and I want to preface to the listeners that your opinion.
That opinions based off facts are invalid.
Vince's analysis of quarterbacks should not be trusted by anyone. This is a guy who stood up for Drew Lock for how many years? Who just lost who couldn't even get a starting job against Geno Smith.
I saw that last night. I laughed my ass off.
Geno Smith.
Hold on.
Vince,
No.
your quarterback
Let's go.
grades.
I wanna
probably-
backtrack.
Your quarterback
Backtrack.
analysis is probably good 1995 and sooner.
Let's talk. No,
Because
let's
you know what?
backtrack. Let's
In
backtrack.
modern day football, a quarterback has to be able to throw the ball and read defenses. Adrian Martinez could not read a defense, and he could not throw accurately. He's a bad quarterback. Yeah, he's fast and he can run out of the pocket. That doesn't make you a good quarterback. It's 2022.
Again, quarterback assessment. If you're talking about quarterback assessment,
Mm-hmm.
does the offensive line, the blocking, partake into any of that? Like, again, he's pressured over 70% of the time.
Okay, it
We
doesn't-
talked about that. I don't know
Even
how
when
he
he's not pressured,
and
he's
then
not a
and
good
then
quarterback.
your exact words are that he throws the game away at the end of the game. That was your
I know,
words.
my words.
Your words
my
are that
words
when
are
the
that
game
he
is on the
can't
line.
win. He can't win.
And when the
I
game
didn't
is
say
on the
he throws
line,
it away.
he throws the game away.
He
That
just throw it away.
he loses us the game.
I
That's
never
what
said
you
no.
said.
I said he
please,
can't win.
Then please go back and listen to our episodes where we
tried,
argue about it.
I tried
I
last
know
week
you
to
do.
find
I
it,
know.
but I couldn't find it. I searched so hard.
And I promise you, Tyler, that's
What are you
what you
doing,
said.
Tim?
He's taking a break.
I'm laying down.
Like,
I promise
I'll
you,
be down
Tyler,
here.
that is what you've said. Okay? And then what do you know? What do you know? This quarterback, and I agree. Casey Thompson, obviously a better passing quarterback and much more comfortable in the pocket and stuff. It also looks like our offensive line has taken a big step forward in pass protection. Adrian didn't have that any of the 4 years that we've had him.
he didn't. He also didn't have the ability to put a game on his shoulders and win.
He put the game on his shoulders and put us in a position to win over and over
putting
again.
us in a position to
Over
win
and
is
over
the
again.
same
And
as
then
over
turn
and
the
over
ball.
again.
And then turn
And
the
then
ball
Weird.
over.
Is that what happened last night?
No.
He didn't.
No.
He didn't
Quiet
fumble
leader.
it.
No.
He never fumbled it.
Yeah, he just gives it away to the
He
other
didn't
team.
take it.
He hit the
intentional
receiver in
grounding
the
his own
hands and he
end
couldn't catch it. God
I love that the Adrian hate just blinds you from
It's
possibly
not
ever.
hate. I don't hate him.
zone. I don't hate him. He's just a bad quarterback.
He's not.
It just doesn't. No matter what happened yesterday, it doesn't change the fact that he's a bad quarterback.
He gets more touchdowns than Casey Thompson.
No, he doesn't.
He
won't.
literally did.
Not
he
by the
literally did
season's over.
against a worse Northwestern team. Adrian Martinez, can score.
Adrian Martinez last year when we beat them
Again.
57-7 or whatever, he had a defense.
I will
Casey
agree with
Thompson
that.
didn't have a defense.
I will agree with that. But like you say, a quarterback finds a way to win.
Yeah.
And our Casey Thompson didn't do that,
Okay,
so he's a bad quarterback.
My argument is that
No.
Adrian,
So Casey Thompson's a bad quarterback too.
No,
Then
I have other reasons why
any
Adrian
quarterback
Martinez is a
that
bad
just
quarterback.
can't win
No.
apparently is a bad
Well,
quarterback.
he's also a bad quarterback because his accuracy is poor, his ability to read a defense is poor, his ability to step up in the pocket when there's pressure is poor. I have a long list of reasons why Adrian Martinez is not a good quarterback. Just him not being able to win games is one little part of it.
But he's able to score touchdowns, and at the end of the day, that's what will win you a game, right?
It hasn't for him. Didn't happen for Adrian.
But again, there's way more factors than just like the way he played.
But
he
he's
put
still a bad quarterback.
He put points on the board. He's a good college quarterback.
No, he's a good runner.
And in college, that matters.
Not anymore, Vince. It's
It
not
does.
1995.
Obviously,
It's
it
not
does.
1995.
Obviously, it does because, again, every game we lose is
So
it
yeah,
was by
Joe
a point.
Burrow. Joe Burrow is like the best quarterback in college football history, and he was really good at running.
He made some good runs.
No, he didn't.
He did. But okay.
He had a few scrambles.
And again, when the offensive
It's
line was
unneeded.
as
It's unneeded.
when Adrian Martinez played, you didn't think it was needed that he scramble.
I would have rather him throw an accurate pass before he could scramble.
Okay. Again, his QB rating was the best in the Big Ten when he was under pressure. Actually,
Okay, and Casey Thompson's was the best in the Big 12.
great.
And he was under pressure because our offensive line
Again,
was awful.
in the Big 12, which is like in shambles. It's in shambles, right? He's playing against worse teams.
So even more credit to Casey Thompson.
That he has a higher QB rating against worse teams. Adrian Martinez was in the hardest conference, second hardest conference in college football.
Casey Thompson was playing. He was under just as much, if not more, pressure than Adrian Martinez was.
I disagree.
No, there's actual facts. It's statistics.
Where? Where do you see this?
I saw it on the internet. Let's look it up. Yeah, we'll look it up.
Please. So
Casey
anyways,
Thompson's QBR under pressure and was 2021 or is it 2020?
probably 2021, I'd assume.
QB pressure percentage 2021. Tim, any thoughts?
You know, I'm just trying to, you know, I don't know. I'm hurting. Heartbroken. My arm's broken for shooting guns yesterday. I forgot about that we
ESPN
lost
put under
until
pressure. It is pretty good completion percentage though.
this morning.
In Texas, 66%, 70%. Oh, he barely played. Never mind. Okay, well we're not gonna find it. I saw it. I read it. There's my stats. But it was
when I showed you the stats of Adrian's like over the course of his career at Nebraska, his QB rating at
I'm
the
just
highest
fighting.
in the
I'm just fighting with you. You brought a sword to the fight. I'm fighting you with a sword.
Okay, then you're losing, I guess, because again, it's like if we're comparing stats to stats, again, he did better under pressure and he made do with what he could do, which makes a good
Okay.
which makes a good
Okay,
athlete.
Vince. That play where he scrambled to the outside, Casey Thompson scrambled to the outside,
I'm not saying
looked like it was a broken play, thought he faked running and then threw it. That's a turnover all day, Adrian Martinez. Interception or fumble.
Sack fumble or
interception.
And remember when we were backed up on the 1 yard line and he scrambled out and threw it away?
Right.
Yeah, Martinez would have took a sack fumble or
Safety
or intentional grounding, which would have caused a safety.
Yep.
Again,
Adrian Martinez is a bad quarterback. You can't defend it.
He's a good college quarterback. He is.
He's not.
He is. Mobile quarterbacks are still good.
This is why nobody can trust your opinions. You can't look at him play the game of football and go, "Oh yeah, that guy's pretty good."
He's an athlete. Again,
Athletes,
he scores touchdowns.
Quarterback, not athletes.
He scores touchdowns.
I'm talking about quarterback, being a good quarterback.
Quarterbacks, if they're a bad athlete, they're going to be a bad quarterback too.
Tell it to Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow is not a good athlete? Yeah. Are you kidding?
You think Peyton Manning is a good athlete? Tom Brady's a good athlete?
Yeah, especially when they're in college.
Well, let's not get carried away on that with Tom Brady.
Guys, listen. Let's not.
Listen.
There's no
listen.
more arguing. You can't.
Listen.
You're defending a guy who's undefendable.
I'm not defending. I'm saying that you guys, like, all of a sudden aren't jumping on Casey Thompson being a bad quarterback now.
No, because he actually made accurate throws and made
Did he?
plays.
Because I'm pretty sure we lost the game because he threw an interception at the end.
Stop.
The-
That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's
what
That's
the
a
receiver bobbled the ball.
He threw it to a guy's hands.
Again,
Right
the
in his
majority
chest.
of Adrian Martinez's pass.
No.
Oh
No.
my God. Anyways, I'm just saying, using your guys' logic about why Nebraska couldn't win was because of Adrian Martinez couldn't win, right?
No, that's not
I'm,
why. That's
all
not
I'm
the
saying
only
is,
reason
yesterday
why. There's lots of
we
reasons
only
why
have
they
one
win.
game of Casey Thompson, but he did not throw it directly to a defender, like Adrian Martinez did quite often, and fumbled it often.
Yeah, he's not a good quarterback. That's all we're saying.
Casey Thompson is a better passing quarterback, correct?
We've made progress. Here we go.
But quarterbacks need to be able to do more than pass. We obviously know that.
No.
No.
It's not 1995, Vince.
Matt,
This isn't the good
how
old
many
days under
how
Tom
many times
Osborne.
did you see Matt Stafford run? He won the Super Bowl. Has the most. He has two receivers with the
Again,
most
you guys-
passing yards ever.
You're
and
comparing
it was Matt Stafford.
the best football players in the world, which means you're also comparing
I know,
the
but
best offensive lineman against the best defensive lineman, and you're comparing quarterbacks that, they have the best offensive lineman in the world
Yes.
protecting them, so that,
Joe
you're right.
Joe Burrow might beg to differ with the Bengals.
Yeah.
But he bitched about it, and guess what? They got offensive line for him. So again, in college, the talent spectrum is so wide, and you have to make do with what you have. That's what makes college football awesome, is because you can't you're not going to always have the passing quarterback. It's not guaranteed unless you're Alabama. You can't guarantee that. So that's why coaching, I think, in college football is way better, or way more. It has to be way more diverse, because you're not just going to be looking, okay, I need to have this passing quarterback, good arm strength, or very accurate passing, short turn.
Adrian Martinez is a bad quarterback.
He's a good college quarterback.
No, he's
Because, yes, he is. Is he a bad NFL quarterback? Quite obviously.
Okay. Eric Crouch was a great college
Player.
quarterback.
A good quarterback.
No, he
I'm
wasn't
sorry,
very.
that
He
was
wasn't
his
very good at
position
throwing.
in the game.
He wasn't very good at throwing, but yes, he could run
Sorry, Adrian
and
Martinez
scramble
is a bad
around. But
passer.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
And
Yeah,
if
that's
the game's
fine.
on the line, I want a guy who can throw the ball.
I mean, looking at this guy who could throw the ball better than Adrian, he lost us the game. That's
He
crazy.
threw it to a walk-on wide receiver. Who
Yeah.
dropped the ball.
Again,
And
a good
and we had two.
quarterback.
And we had
who has-
two of our best wide receivers were injured yesterday.
And again, a good
I don't know.
quarterback.
Omar
They
Manning
weren't,
was hurt.
but
Omar Manning. Was
we
hurt.
have two. We have a right receiver from LSU, amazing transfer from LSU.
Yeah, dude,
We have his own. We have a former teammate that he's played with from Texas, and those guys were doing great when he would pass to them. Another great quarterback knows where your weapons are.
Yeah, but
And when you see when you see that
you can't say that in the heat of the moment. Go, wait, hold on. Which guy is that?
oh,
that I'm looking at?
but you could say in the heat of the moment you can't run. You have to you can't run the ball. You have to find the open guy or something.
No, that's not what I'm saying
Well,
at all.
even our running back couldn't run yesterday. I wouldn't want Casey Thompson trying to run yesterday.
Adrian Martinez would have made plays. He would have been able to
He would've
run.
turned the ball over even more.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess
that's
what? We
exactly
would
what
have
happened.
we would have hung 50 on him instead of losing.
No. You're delusional, man. Adrian Martinez has lost to Northwestern before. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Like last year wasn't the only game he played against Northwestern.
Yeah,
For sure.
I was
Guess-
at a game in Northwestern where Adrian Martinez lost us the game, and we went into
There's a lot- and
by
unfortunately, there's
going
a
into
lot of
overtime, and he threw the worst pass I've ever seen in my entire life, and it was a pick six or something bullshit like that. God,
You can't
Again,
win this.
but
over.
again, you guys
The
it's,
conversation's
all you
over.
guys have freaking tunnel vision where it's just you look at only Adrian. You're looking at only Adrian,
But that's not true.
and you're not
no.
seeing the rest of the
We're-
field. You
we're
don't know what the
all-
play calls
we
are.
have-
the main point of the argument is we're just saying that Casey Thompson is a better quarterback than Adrian Martinez.
Is that the point of the argument?
That's at least what I'm trying to argue, and I think Tyler's trying to get to.
Yeah. I never once said it was only Adrian. I have bashed so much of Nebraska's football team in the past.
No, hold on. Backtrack. Nope, stop. Full pause again. I know for a fact, Tyler, that you said that Adrian Martinez lost us games.
I said I'm excited to see.
You said
I said
Adrian Martinez lost us games.
He has
Casey Thompson has also lost us a game.
A
against-
game.
a game.
And we'll see
That's
how many
fine.
more. We'll see how many more.
He's still a better quarterback.
Great. So, what is it going to take for Nebraska to win then?
We need to learn how to play defense and apparently condition
We
a
need-
hell of a lot better.
Well, we need to go. We need to find a time machine and go back to the 90s.
Yeah, that would. And
No, because all the quarterbacks suck in the 90s.
Well, no,
So-
because
no.
all
It's
football-
what you said. No, quarterbacks sucked. Quarterbacks sucked in the 90s.
No, it was a different game. is
and,
what I
and just load everybody up with steroids and cocaine like they did back in the 90s. Yeah,
we tried that. And our offensive lineman got suspended.
Well, whatever. That's
Listen.
that's what the Peters brothers and everybody else did, and fucking
From-
Grant Winstrom.
From what I saw on Twitter, the fights that we were having on Twitter, there was no argument that Casey Thompson was a better quarterback. It was that Adrian was bad and lost us games.
Well, he did, but there were other factors too. You're not wrong. There were other factors. There are other reasons we lost games. There's coaching reasons we lost games. But Adrian Martinez can't win a game. He couldn't win games. Simple as that. And we don't. We'll talk about this in the season when K-State goes 2-7 or whatever.
You know what? Because I was right about this game against Northwestern. I was right. I
Right
knew
about what?
I knew that this was going to happen. We were just going to get we were gonna lose.
Yeah, it's the Scott Frost era. What
Yeah.
did you expect to happen? We all expected that to happen.
We aren't gonna get
I'm not-
blown out. We're just gonna just lose by 4, 6, and 3 and 1 points. It's just so nice.
But it's just like I'm gonna put a notch on my belt for all the times I'm gonna be right this season. The Broncos are gonna suck.
Us losing is
No,
not you
no.
being right. We all know we're going to lose. We're saying that it's going to be interesting to see how we do with a different quarterback. And yesterday we did some good things on offense with a different quarterback.
I think the game could have been different if we had, again, because you want to be. I can't quite comprehend though how the brain works in your head.
I can't
well, if I was but
because you want risky plays, but you want a quarterback that can throw the ball safely.
Not safely. I want a quarterback who can throw the ball into the receiver's hands.
yeah.
Okay, but I guess
Adrian Martinez.
I want to.
for 4 years that he
I
couldn't
just
do
want
that.
That drive,
I
the
just
first drive of yesterday would not have happened with Adrian
We've
Martinez.
literally seen it
Not
with
at
Adrian
all.
Martinez.
No.
Are you? Holy shit! Do I now have to just pull up games from last season, especially last.
No,
like,
I'm just saying that efficient of a
and then
drive.
the year before.
Are you?
That was literally our joke all of last season. That was literally our joke. Where like Scott Frost, he could like that first
the
scripted
first half
drive
yeah,
is always
that's true.
amazing.
That's
It
true.
always looks great. It always looks great,
Okay.
including like, and Adrian even looked great when we were like, holy shit, okay, this game's gonna be great, and then everything would just kind of crumble from there because he doesn't know how to adjust. Right? We all agree that Frost is an issue and needs to go, but I just like.
I think they should just tear down
Again,
Memorial
for-
Stadium if we fire Scott Frost and we don't go to the bowl game this year. Like that's
tear
how I
down Memorial.
Well,
just tear it
Tim-
down.
Tim-
Just cancel the whole
We'll
football
get into that
team,
in a
like,
minute. We'll get
'cause
into that in a minute.
it's over. It's over. It's over.
Well,
Once Scott
I
Frost
have
got
a lot
it,
of I have
it's
a lot of
over.
feelings about the whole. I did a lot of reflecting yesterday. We'll get into that here in a minute.
Okay.
Adrian Martinez is a bad quarterback. We're done with this conversation. He's
Yeah.
bad. It's straight up. We'll watch him.
Title of the
this year.
episode.
He'll
Is
be
he a
bad.
worse passing quarterback than Casey Thompson?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
And he's also worse at protecting the ball.
He's better at scoring
Fumbles it
touchdowns.
more.
He scores more touchdowns.
No, he doesn't.
He literally does.
You can't see.
Because he waited so long for plays to develop, he just had to run and do something.
you're
but
looking at
Oh, and he made plays happen.
You're
That's
comparing
weird.
4 years of touchdowns to
because
one
he
game
wouldn't
of touchdowns.
let go of the ball.
Well, yeah, okay. We'll
That's
see.
not even a
I guess-
comparison.
Great, that's awesome. We'll see then.
Okay,
We'll see.
we'll fight about this next week and the week after and forever.
In 4 years, when Adrian still has more touchdowns than Casey Thompson, man,
Keith Thompson is a junior. He can't even play for 4 years.
even better.
He'd probably
Can't
play
wait.
for 3, or if you wanted.
I don't know if you read the whole COVID thing. I don't know how that works.
I don't know either.
But I do want to talk real quick because we're all, despite everything that just happened, we're all on the same team. We all want Nebraska to win every championship every single year.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the state of the program for just a moment because I had a lot of dark thoughts about it yesterday.
About 3 o'clock yesterday. Yeah.
And I'm wondering, I don't. Is this the end
I feel like it is.
of the prevalence of Nebraska? No, just relax, Vince. Let me explain myself. And I'm not saying that I think it is or I hope it is, but the way that college football is progressing and just its administration and how it's developing, we're moving to super conferences, and we're doing, we're going to NIL stuff, and I mean, here in probably 3 to 5 years, college football will be Big Ten and SEC, and that's it.
Yeah.
Those two programs, and they'll absorb as many teams as they can, and then that'll be college football. I'm just worried about where Nebraska, because we're in a weird position now, is how we're going to be able to survive within that I guess era, so to speak, because we really blew our load. We got rid of Planey, obviously. I don't even remember.
Started
What's
with
the
getting
guy's
rid.
name?
What?
Eichhorst or something?
Sean Eichhorst.
Sean Eichhorst, yeah, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Pretty much burned the program to the ground.
And before that, it was Steve Peterson.
Yep. So
And
so
then-
we put ourselves in this weird position, and I think Scott Frost is trying to do some good things within the program, but obviously he's not it, right? I think everyone can agree that this just ain't working. Maybe Frost can have success, maybe at a different program doing different things. I don't know, but I think it's
in a no-name conference where like UCF.
but I think we can all agree that his tenure in Nebraska, it hasn't worked and probably is not going to work if we're being honest with ourselves. Maybe everything will turn it around and we'll win 11 straight games. Realistically, watching the game that we all watched yesterday, that's not going to happen. So where does that leave us?
After watching every game for the last 4 years.
And so where does that leave us? We fire Scott Frost mid-season or at the end of the season, whatever, and then we're gonna bring in somebody else. But who could we possibly bring in that is going to be able to turn us around and be able to recruit good enough and fast enough to keep up with the gaining professionalism of NCAA football? Because we already know we have recruiting issues here in Nebraska, right? Obviously, we're in the middle of nowhere. It gets very cold here in the winters. It's just hard to bring guys, and we had it for a long time because we were able to recruit because we had the allure. We were a powerhouse, and for the 80s and 90s
For 3 decades.
Yeah, we were a powerhouse, so we had that prestige, but that's gone. It's been 20 years of. When was the last time we won a conference championship?
2010. No.
No, because we lost to Texas.
2008.
We were robbed in
Not
Texas, but-
2007. No, that would have been.
It's been almost 20 years.
Yeah.
That we have.
We were children.
2000.
We were children when we had real success
I don't remember.
as a university. So now
2001. Is that right?
2001. No, that was.
Can you just look it up, Vince? When
Look
was
it
the
up.
last time Nebraska won
Oh
a
yeah,
conference
'cause
championship?
That would have been. Yeah. It would have. I don't. We haven't won one since Frank Solich, have we?
I don't think so.
You kicked me off the internet.
All right, let's go. I hope that's not true, but
Nebraska's last conference championship.
for 2000.
I said conference championship, not
Right.
national championship. You idiots!
Well,
Stupid
that
Google.
that would have been the last. That's what I'm. That's the season I'm thinking.
All right,
of.
here we go. Conference championships for Nebraska. This really shouldn't be that hard of a stat to look up.
Yeah. What the hell?
Last football. Let's try that football conference championship.
Oh, what the hell, Google?
Yeah, Google's really failing us here.
What the hell?
That was bad
Gee,
podcast.
wow. Yeah.
Anyway, while you guys look that up, I'm going to keep going. It's been a long time since we've had any real tangible success. So so where's our recruiting going to come from? Obviously, we're going to get walk-in and in-state guys, but in modern day college football, that's not going to win us games. We look at, Garrett Nelson was supposed to be the Nebraskan hero walk-on guy, and he couldn't shed a block to save his life yesterday.
Yeah.
So where does Nebraska? Who do we bring in who has such prestige of himself as a coach, could turn this around in enough time? Because even if you bring in a good coach, and it's going to take him a couple years, realistically, it'll take him 3 to 4 years to turn this around into a quality thing. That's a long time, and then by that point, who knows what the college landscape even looks like? And how would we maintain relevance?
I don't know, man.
99 with Frank
It was
Solich.
99.
1990.
Oh my
It's been
God.
24 fucking years. 23, sorry. 23
23.
years. That's unreal. So that's just my and I want Scott Frost to immediately become the greatest coach of all time, and I want us to win every game here on out and become a national powerhouse. But as we said, realistically, that's not going to happen. Realistically, Scott Frost is probably going to get fired this year. Where do we go from here? And are we going to be able to, wherever we go, is it going to be quick enough to keep us relevant within the ever-changing landscape of college football?
He only has to win 6 games this year to keep his job. That's it.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. That's it. He wins 5. I don't know.
Oh man.
But if he wins,
Vince,
if he wins 6 and we go to a bowl game, he keeps his job.
Vince
We keep
hates
going.
Scott Frost here more than anybody. Do you think he should be fired if he wins 6 games?
Yeah.
I agree. I think 6 isn't enough.
Realistically, yes, but that's an improvement. I don't know.
But
Just after everything.
I
though,
know, I know, but
Like
I-
he should
but-
have been
but-
fired last year.
But as far as we're saying, who the hell
I think
else are we
Trev
gonna
Alberts was
get?
giving him a fair shot as a new guy. I don't blame Trev Alberts for not firing him last
for
year.
sure.
Yeah.
But even so, and the fact though that Frost just spits in Trev Alberts' face for giving him the chance is unreal.
What did he
Tre-
do?
Well, Trev Alberts had to literally step in and find us a special teams coach who, holy shit, we have a punter.
And a kicker who made an extra point.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And Frost still undermines him and makes the terrible, I just want to reiterate that, terrible onside kick call.
See, I feel
Because
I
again,
feel like
Scott
you
Frost
could
is
defend
such an
that
idiot.
because maybe he could just play it off as no, that was just a bad kick. We're bad at special teams still.
No,
I know.
it's just him. Again, him literally just spitting in Trev Albert's face. Like Trev Albert, I feel like has gone out of his way
To help him.
to
And I
make
think that's the
trying
thing.
to find him success.
And the
here.
offense coordinator, who I think
Mhm.
I think he can be good. I mean, he had great success with Kenny Pickett at Pitt,
Mhm.
so I think there's potential here.
Yeah, but just
But with
Frost.
that
Frost as a
defense-
person is just a shithead. Like if he doesn't have control over it, he doesn't want anything to do with it, and we see the results of that. So, but no, I mean this is incredibly biased, but I don't see a situation where we keep Frost unless it is a conference championship.
That's too high of a bar this year. I think.
Yeah, I don't think
6 or 7.
especially with a new offense, a new quarterback. I would say for him realistically, for me to say, okay,
Win a bowl game.
No,
yeah,
he wins 6.
I think you got
this-
to win 8 games, win 7 to 8 games, and win the bowl game. I think if that doesn't happen, I don't want him.
The way I see it, he's got at least another year if he gets 6 games. If he wins 7 or 8, he's probably getting a fucking extension.
It'll be interesting to see. But, so
Which
my whole point though
But
is just
please, that would be amazing. But no,
Obviously-
that's
honestly,
what I'm saying. That's where
I'm
we're at.
overreacting, but my point here is that I'm worried about because we've been bad for so long, and we all just want to be good. But
Bill
are
O'Brien,
we
is that
too-
who you're
are we
looking
too
at our
far-
next?
Bill O'Brien. I
are-
mean,
Is that our next coach? That's what you're thinking there?
he'd probably be an improvement.
There were.
I hate
There
Bill
were.
O'Brien.
I know you do. But there,
I would be so
Again,
mad if I had to stare at his
my-
butthole chin every weekend.
my inside sources were saying that there has been these ones are rumors, and even the inside sources are they're probably not reliable, but he's one of the names
He's gonna
that
be he's a prospect. He's going to be a prospect.
he was
coming
one of
up.
the guys that we would probably approach.
At least interview.
That's a
how do
Bill.
you guys
That's a
feel
Bill
about-
Callahan all over again. But even those days look nice, really nice to look at back.
No, because I think Bill O'Brien did a good job coming in and filling in for Penn State after the entire Sandusky debacle. He was able to
Well-
make that team competitive.
Yeah.
Trust me, I fucking hate Bill O'Brien. I think he's, him and I
He's
have
a terrible-
a lot. Him and
he's
I
not
have
a-
a lot of
he's
his
not a
personal
good-
history together.
So when I heard when I saw that, I just immediately thought, I was like, oh, Tyler might not be a Husker fan.
No, I don't hate him that much because I think he was a fraud and he got away with a lot of bullshit. So I don't think he did really anything personally to affect me. He just got too much credit.
Yeah.
Let me throw out a name here for you guys. You can take it or you can set it right back. Urban.
No.
And
Hell.
There was somebody on my Facebook
Hell
feed
no.
commenting on every post about Huskers just saying Urban on all of it.
No. Please, God, no.
I don't
There
know. what
are
I
a
could
lot
do.
of attractive college women though in this town. He might that could be an
I did
allure.
drive through downtown. It's not bad. But yeah.
Tim, don't you Urban now on the
I'm
podcast.
kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I'm
Yeah.
just saying I don't know what would happen because
I'd be in the same position that I am with my Broncos fandom.
we're-
I would cheer them on from afar.
Yeah, Urban. Yeah. So here's all the way back to my point. I don't know what the future is, and the future is not going to be good. I don't think. I'm having a hard time finding hope. The Hope Dope, I smoked all of it yesterday before the game, and now it's extinguished, and I can't find any Hope Dope
Until
anywhere.
next week.
Until Friday afternoon when the reporters tell me there was a really good week of practice.
There was a fire at the Hope Dope factory, and there was none left for me. I'm sorry.
They burned
Again,
down the
we
Hope
say
Dope
this.
field.
We say this every time for the last 4
No,
years.
no, but I
for
have-
the last 2 years, we've been actually
For me-
"Ooh, it's all Dover, man."
For me personally,
Every
though,
time we'll
because
be-
back to what you credit to some of your arguments earlier, I had a little bit of hope, dope, of saying well, let's see if we had an offense coordinator and a new quarterback. Let's see what is. It's just, under Scott Frost, same exact thing. So I'm feeling very bleak about the future, just because, and not because of, I'm just scared because we're gonna lose, but because of as I said, the way that college football is changing, I don't know how we're going to keep up unless we take drastic measures, and I don't know how or what that even looks like.
The most drastic measure would be Urban Meyer, but that would
I
be
don't
the most
want that.
drastic.
I
would. You know what?
Like
I'll
like
take,
I said,
I'll take.
like I said, I'd rather see them bulldoze Memorial Stadium over than that.
I could never.
Yeah,
That place is
I'd
sacred.
let
That's
Urban
holy
come in if
ground.
I know it's sacred,
That's
but it's
sacred.
that's how bad it is. That's how I feel. Like that's
So what, you would always build
it's-
a different stadium somewhere else? Or
no.
just no more
Just
football?
just cancel it. Whatever.
What would Nebraska?
Let's just
this city could
let's
not
just
function.
let's just drink so much
Yeah,
we
we would-
forget the last 20 years and
Our economy would collapse.
just pretend it's 1999. I know it would.
we would go into
I know it
we
would.
go into like a zombie apocalypse.
The world might
of
as well
drunk
end.
people.
It might as well end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people like it would. People would actually ask it, like, "Do you have electricity?" And be like, "No, we've lost it all."
Nebraska's closed.
It's,
The moose.
it's post-apocalyptic, sort of warfare out there. It literally looks like something straight out of Fallout. if we got
Wow,
rid of Husker football.
wow,
Except
this got really
This would be way
this got
worse than a nuclear attack. It would be the loss of football.
Yeah.
Within the city, just the city. Football still exists everywhere.
no Nebraska would die.
Lincoln couldn't
No,
function.
the whole entire state would die.
Only Omaha
The-
would survive because they would be like,
It's
yeah,
what
we're-
the football keeps the lights on everywhere. The university is the largest employer
Have
in
some respect for
Nebraska.
the farmers, Tim.
I'm
You
just
are a farmer.
I'm just saying I'm
Wow,
just
those farmers go
I'm
to
just saying
UNL
that
now.
no, obviously
Husker
I don't want that
Nation.
to happen. I don't want anything to happen to the football program, but nothing can happen to it because it is Nebraska. Like it's what keeps the university going. It pays all the bills. You can't
also-
live without it. So
So to address like your kind of hypothetical question, like what happens to Nebraska, or like what is their future in the evolving college football landscape? I think Nebraska still, despite its hard struggles these last couple decades, they are still like a pillar in college football culture.
See, I don't think so
We're-
anymore. I think
we're
it's- I
we're
really do.
we're a ghost of a memory, and
I think
I don't know.
we're a pillar in our own, the figment of our own imaginations. But we don't.
But I think that still carries
We-
weight.
the
I think
world-
that still carries weight. I mean, we saw it. We literally traveled over an ocean. Our fans, like, we care. Obviously, we care, right? We care so
Yeah.
much about what happens to Nebraska. But in the end, it doesn't matter if we're the worst team in college football or if we're the best team. The
My-
fandom will
but
follow
and
no
I
matter
agree.
what.
Listen,
I agree.
I agree. But
I
my
agree.
And I
point-
think that matters.
But I don't think it matters to recruits. Not anymore. College football is expanded. It's so large.
But again, and then Nebraska also was one of the leaders in the new NIL or
Transfer portal thing, right? Or
yeah,
what?
they NIL deals.
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
the coldest and stuff. But but
Mm.
every college is not that far behind if they're not.
And
already
I
caught
agree
up,
with
if not
that, but I
exceeded
think-
as.
But I think like
Our,
being that Nebraska is like they're one of the pioneers of it.
I think that's you're giving too much credit.
I don't.
We jumped on it quick, but everybody else eventually
Also-
jumped on it.
Also, UNL, like the college itself is like one of the as sad as this is to say it, being that we know exactly how much it costs to go to UNL. It's actually one of the best values of a
Mhm.
public university that you can get.
Oh yeah, if you look at compared to UW and Washington,
Yeah.
dude, it's like
Colorado,
half the
like
cost.
you could just look at Colorado State, like it's awful. They're $50,000 a year for them, and it's like
It's a
not
joke.
good. Yeah, it's not good. So there's more to UNL, and again, being that Nebraska always kind of follows the conference that's kind of like leading it, right? No, we shouldn't say that because SEC I think is still. They have a couple teams that are very dominant.
We're trying to get in there.
Yeah, but
the
the
Big
Big
Ten's
Ten-
working hard.
the Big
Kevin
Ten
Warren
is-
is trying very hard.
And I still think that the Big Ten might be the most competitive, at least, when it comes to like a conference. And Nebraska
Yeah.
always finds themselves in those conferences. I mean, we saw it with the Big 12 when they had their heyday, and even in the past when like conferences weren't nearly as important. But
We left the Big 12 for TV money. That's what we did. That's it.
but we also we saw
and because
we saw-
Texas they let Texas have their own fucking channel, and
and we saw
we-
but we saw an
that's what
end
we-
though. Like the Big 12 was like the big one, right? Because I mean it was Texas,
Yeah.
Nebraska, Oklahoma, even Colorado had a stint there where they were really fucking
Kansas did for a
good.
Kansas 2008
Kansas State
was that?
Unfortunately, Kansas State never has won a national championship
Nor will
in
they
any
ever.
sport.
Nor will they ever.
In any sport, which is just hilarious. But, like I said, I think the fact that I think Nebraska's name does still carry weight, and I think it will, even through these growing pains that have lasted way too long. But it's not. I don't. It's for one, it carries enough weight that coaches. I think we can find good coaches, but hopefully Trev Alberts will be the answer to this, because I think our athletic department has been kind of, I don't know, misguided. Yeah, it's just
that's a fact. That's a fact. That's not
Yeah.
even, I'm scared that our own delusions of grandeur blind us from seeing where we really sit in the realms of college football.
And the young
that's what scares me. The
and the
most,
youngest
because-
and the youngest possible person that remembers us being good is like 27 or 28 now.
they're our age. So some
Yeah.
most of them are our age.
So I'm
And
just
that's-
saying
and that's
that
what I'm saying,
remembers
a-
when
a-
we were good.
Yeah.
a 18-year-old recruit out of Southern California doesn't give two fucks about Nebraska's legacy. If we're being honest,
Right, but they're also looking at, because like again, UNL has lots of money, and they put a lot of it into football.
okay,
and we
yeah.
see the-
Now, when you're talking about that, I think our fandom and the amount of money that we pour into it can be beneficial for NIL students.
for sure.
There.
And because like I said, I mean, we got the work. yeah, there it is.
There's that little
I
bit of
told
hope,
you,
though,
it's
baby.
never out.
The program's not dead yet.
They
Not on my
they
watch.
rebuilt the factory.
This
shit
We'll never completely run out,
Alright.
guys.
All right.
Okay.
Wow, we were.
Hey, listen.
Thanks for bringing us back up there, Vince. We're
Listen,
getting pretty
okay.
bleak.
I hate where Nebraska is right now. I think we all do.
Yeah, hopefully they can get
And
back from
all of you
Ireland
out there.
soon.
Huh?
I said hopefully they can get back from Ireland soon.
Yeah.
They made it safe. They made it safely home last night around
Wow.
2 a.m.
Really? They
Which is kind
They-
of bullshit. They got to play again on Saturday. Northwestern gets a week off.
Yeah.
Grit. That'll make us tougher in life.
Mm,
Just grasping for straws
Yeah.
now.
But no, like I said, for all this year and all of our listeners who love the Huskers as much as we do, the future does not look bright. But that's because
But it's not the apocalypse like
it's
it
always-
is in my
it's
mind.
always-
it's
it's always
brightness is at
it's
a,
always darkest before the dawn. Blah blah blah.
Exactly.
Yada yada
the light at the
yada.
end of the tunnel
It's
is
a
very
long
far away.
20-year darkness.
The light
I
at the
haven't
end of
seen
the
the sun in 20.
the light at the end of the tunnel is very far away.
23
But
years.
You'll be surprised how
It's a,
bright
it's a
it is.
pen
when-
dot.
Yeah.
But we can see
But
it.
you'll be surprised at how bright it is once we find our way there. Okay.
That's
You just reignite everybody listen to this with the hope dope.
I love.
Everybody's
I
back
hope
in.
so. I hope so. I don't want to give any false hope. Dope. This season is over.
It is over.
Now, I think you just made a speech similar to. I was watching Hard Knocks and
Dan
he ma-
Campbell stole it
Dan-
from Vince.
yeah,
Damn
no he made the analogy. There's a light at the end of your tunnel, but it's just a freight train coming your way or whatever.
Oh,
it
good.
is.
He's watched Christopher Nolan movies too.
And it's from the Metallica song One Leaf Clover, but yeah.
Yeah, that was all off the dome, boys.
Mm.
But no, yeah, this season's over, and I don't think that's an overreaction to seeing the first game of the season. It was over before it started, and
If we had last year's defense, there would be hope.
there might be something. I think we'd still lose every game by one score. Again,
I
but
think we would have a couple more wins.
Come on.
maybe.
Like we meshed.
Come on, guys. We were up. Let's not.
I'm gonna go back down. Why
Ah,
can't every football team I've ever cheered for in the history of my life is either they can only be good on defense or offense. Can't have both.
It's your superstitions.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
and
the offensive
that's why
lines
you
that I
need to-
cheer for, they can only be good at run blocking, or they can only be good at pass blocking. They can't be good at both. So,
and the last time both of the teams that you love were good in '99. So yeah.
So maybe.
too soon, Tim. Piece of shit.
so,
I have a family.
That was a good one. That was funny. As much
Sorry, man.
as much shit as you give him, like
I deserve that.
Yeah, I haven't even listened.
deserve worse.
I haven't even listened to last week's yet because you just.
It wasn't that bad.
Are you
It wasn't
sure?
that
I
bad.
was there for some of it.
physically.
Then
was
then I
there.
don't know what
I
I don't
thought
know
it
what
was-
you said. I don't know what you said when I was gone.
It was fun and a
All
good.
right.
I think it was a good jest. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I honestly can't remember.
I don't know.
Great fantasy football podcast.
It was. It was a good time. No, so maybe now I want you guys to be open-minded about this, okay?
I won't be.
Please.
Since when have I been open-minded about anything?
Because what if it is the key to making the Huskers or even the Titans great?
Like you're saying there's a correlation here?
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
I'm listening
That's
now.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm listening.
Open mind. Open mind though.
Is it
What
Will
if it's
Compton?
these? What if it's Will Compton? Holy shit. No. What if it is your superstitions? Like it's a what's the reverse psychology sort of thing?
Vince, do
Where
you
it's
ha-
your superstitions.
that are
Stop. Hold on.
holding me
Hold on. Let me.
Or holding the team back?
Yeah, they're holding you back, and maybe through severing yourself from those.
Okay, I like this, but do you know how many years of therapy it would take for me to rid myself of these superstitions?
I don't
By
believe
the
I
time
don't
I get
believe in
through it,
much.
it'd be dead. By the time I get through it, I'd be dead, and it wouldn't matter. The curse would be broken, my teams would win, but I wouldn't be around to see it, so it wouldn't matter.
And yeah, I have very little to believe in, but
So
sports
sad.
sports superstitions fill the void. Where there's oh man, here we go.
I guess
again.
you do have a Super Bowl win, so you don't have to really talk much about it. but
No, I don't have to. Do
you can
much,
keep
but
some of yours.
I'm,
Maybe you should reconsider some of your maybe Husker ones. I don't know if you have any, but for that, but I'm just saying.
We're so bad.
We just got to try something
We're
new.
so bad that superstitions doesn't even matter because we're just gonna be bad anyway. It's like there's no hope.
But we don't know.
bringing back my superstition.
We don't know
that-
unless
that-
we
that-
try.
That the Big Ten is conspiring against us. Yeah, that's. No, it's our own fault, but they do not help.
Yeah, I would agree. But I will say yesterday, that was all us.
We're done talking about yesterday.
That was all
We're
us.
over it.
But anyways, so I'm just saying, keep an open mind. You don't have to do it maybe for the Titans, but maybe whatever superstitions you guys kind of carry for the Huskers. If it does require therapy,
There has to be a curse, right, for us to lose this many one-score games. There's got to be.
Oh,
We have to find a way.
You haven't
You're
listened
right,
at all.
Vince. We have to find a way to destroy this curse that keeps inhibiting us from
I
winning.
mean, the Cubs had to wait over 100 years to win
Don't say
win a
that.
championship.
God damn. Do not do that to us.
we last won a national championship in '97.
Oh, yeah, we did.
90.
We did.
Was it 97? Oh, damn. Wait. That doesn't say anything. Never mind.
That's from '89.
All right.
Oh shit.
Anything NFL we want to talk about? I don't know. Trying to remember preseason.
I'm sick of preseason.
No,
Let's
oh,
get
oh,
let's
oh,
get
yes,
going.
Let's hope
I
Nova's
wanted
still
to I wanted to
effect.
backtrack to your comment about Drew Lock and Geno Smith.
Oh.
Okay, so for one, I don't think it's quite a fair assessment to like say, oh, Geno Smith is better than Drew Lock because they picked him as a starting. The
Drew-
Seahawks
No.
don't stop.
No,
Stop!
Drew Lock's
Stop, Tim! Stop! I'm talking. Okay, the Seahawks organization is in shambles right now. So whatever decisions they make, Pete Carroll must have like dementia or something because they are.
It's possible. He is
there's-
that age range.
He's getting there, and not to make light of dementia or anything like that. I'm just saying that the Seahawks are in very, very, very bad shape, and so whatever decisions they make is going to not be
maybe,
good.
Maybe you're right. Maybe they're picking the worst quarterback on purpose to
I-
tank.
That's that's what I'm saying. I think Drew Lock will probably be starter week 2 or 3.
Yeah, it
I
sounds
mean-
like they're going to be switching back and
I mean-
forth.
I'm just saying
from
the,
what
the
I heard,
fact that
so.
he can't win in camp was my point.
Can't win in camp.
Yeah,
He
can't
got
win
beat
the
out.
coach
He
is
got-
over. He got beat out in practice and in preseason.
Because he's a freaking Broncos player, dude. They hold grudges in Seattle. Okay?
So you're saying that choosing Geno Smith over Drew Lock is like choosing to throw the ball on the 1 yard line instead of handing it to Marshawn Lynch.
Exactly.
Same exact thing.
It's the same thing. It was a spiteful thing.
And I have one more NFL thing that will not pertain to anybody. Maybe you, because Brett Kern used to play for the Broncos.
It's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
We might have seen the end of Brett Kern as a Titan. I'm about to cry just talking about it. He's 37, I think, years old, coming off injury.
Holy cow.
I
forgot.
We have a 23-year-old punter who's dropping dimes yesterday in the game and in camp. Brett, if you're listening, you might be the greatest Titan of all time, and I fucking love you.
Dude,
And I hope that you replace the rapist from Buffalo,
What?
so you can possibly win a championship.
I don't know who you're talking about in Buffalo, but
Matt, whatever, the punt god. He was getting a bunch of hype in the offseason because he had like a 70-yard punt or whatever. Apparently, him and a few other people gang raped a 17-year-old back in college.
Can they just stop?
And they actually released him. The Bills released him this last week. They had their backup quarterback Matt Barkley doing punts in the preseason game because they had to release him because this all came out.
Yikes! I did not hear about that.
Rumor is the
Holy
Browns
shit.
are picking him up.
That was a good one.
Maybe you can hire the same lawyer that the Duke guys had, but even though they were
I'm surprised you guys haven't heard about this. Yeah,
definitely
this is a huge deal because a couple weeks ago they dropped video clips everywhere. Like, they called him the punt god, and then it came out that him and like two or three other guys gang raped a 17-year-old.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like our
So that's
athletes
is that
able to
a
just not do that?
The best NFL memes showed a clip
is that
of him
11
after punting.
12-game
and,
suspension?
Like Matt Yazga pointed to the heavens like he's actually going to get in after he punted it.
So that's 12-game suspension. Yeah.
Oh no, he's a punter.
I'm sorry,
they're just
that was
gonna
an
kick him out
awful
of the
joke.
league.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
I know.
Hey, I
but
have a question.
I
So in
was-
my other friend league that I
I
play
know
in,
where you're going at, Tim.
my other fantasy friend league, I drafted Deshaun Watson in fantasy with my last pick. Does that make me a moral accomplice? If I use him if I gain profitably off of him in fantasy football?
Yes. I'll just say yes.
If I make money, baby, I don't care.
But that money will be forfeit to the feds.
That's why somebody said I drafted Tyreek Hill yesterday. They're like a good character pick there. Like, well, I hate women, I hate children, so he's a good culture fit. So.
That's funny.
All right, I think that's about it.
That's
We
a
have
good
anything
one.
else?
And you just squeezed in that little bit of misogyny at the end.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Always.
That's why we never had a woman on the podcast. Tim.
Hashtag free Deshaun Watson. Too soon? Too
Okay.
soon?
Not gonna go.
Anyways.
I didn't mean it. Come
I
on,
know.
don't look at me like that, Tim, through your sunglasses. I see your eyes in there. It's a joke.
I'm actually not even awake right now.
Like,
Tim's been sleeping this whole time. He'll have no recollection of this podcast.
No.
He took some Ambien and took a melatonin bath, and now he's just sleepwalking through this podcast.
All right.
But he stayed coherent enough to yell at me.
Well, when you make stupid takes.
Riot
it's-
punch, baby.
All right, well, hey, before we go, Vince, I love you. I'm sorry
Love you
for
too.
screaming at you.
I love you guys.
Sorry, too.
I stand by
Love you
everything I
too,
say.
Tim. I also stand by
Now
mine.
we have to fight. None of us are back